RaRe Ka Maai here. Oh, RaRe Ka about mystics. So yes, I took an impromptu week off the Daily PowRa because I really needed the time to anchor some things. I realized that I let the energies just fly by a little too readily and not really anchoring the energies that I needed to. There were times, obviously, I did, and it worked well, and I was thriving off it. But there were other times where I was just moving, and not digesting everything I'm putting out and calling in, you know? So I had to take this time to get back to self and do what we talk about, do that introspective work and better balance to do that along the way. Yes, because it's very easy for you to do it when you almost for me, it was easy for me to do it without saying so. When I started speaking about it, I forgot to tune in and to doing so as well. So yes, I'm happy to be back. I was happy to take the time away as well. You know, there are many shifts going on right now, many portals opening regularly. I mean, every day you rise is a shift, is a change, is a portal reopening, you know. But there's specific things going on with myself, being out of union with my twin flame, and just really fine tuning everything that we are to be in the physical and understanding where it's all coming from better. And this integration is a beautiful thing. They've been able to balance the masculine and the because we've been talking about balancing for such a long time, but we had a wave coming between the second and the third and the fourth really, and it's ongoing where we were ushered into the new paradigm of balance. Almost no need to keep talking about it because we are it, whether we realize or not. We're using our receptive side more conducively, and we're using our forthright side more conducively. So check that and pat yourself on the back once you realize. Okay, the messages from the angels today, we have Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, opportunity, Archangel Jophiel, understanding, and clarity. And before I move on, today is the 13th for the 5th, 2018. Okay, today's Soul Day. The archetype resonating with Sunday is the soul, which is the original name for the sun. And it does represent the soul within you, and the soul represents the soul without you. The soul of the sun is the planetary archetype of that which is within you, your soul, your illuminating, emanating light that burns and shines bright. Okay, the resonating colors is orange and white. Orange for learning, for growing, for joy. White for purity, purification, grace. And inner standing. And then we have frankincense, which is a very earthy, balancing and what's that word? Grounding smell aroma. Okay, it also works with your personal power, opening yourself up to be who you came to be, which is what the soul is all about. And then the mineral therapy is gold, which is all about that as well. Your chi, your personal power, your solar plexus, that yellow vibration, also for learning and intuitive wisdom, intuitive guidance. And the 13, sometimes seen as a karmic number, is one of my numbers as well. 13 is a very auspicious number. The 1 and the 3 beside each other says to me that initiative to craft, to recreate anything and everything that you so please. And it being a 4 collectively is about foundation, it's about building, it's about structuring. It's about managing. And that 5 again is all about instability, which just come from a little bit unstable this month. And instability again, it depends on where you're seeing it from, because unstable just means you're no longer the square coming away from the 4. You're not exactly the 6 trying to go with harmonious ways of doing things. You're being different, which is all about the 5 energy. Being different, being adventurous, being carefree, being unique. Okay? Learning your lessons. Changing, switching shit up for when you need to, and not feeling stagnant, feeling bound by any of the old stuff. And 2018 is that year for divine partnerships, be it in romance, be it in business, be it with soul group members. Also about your intuitive guidance. How well do you receive your intuitive guidance? Are you teachable? Yeah, I love that you say that, because I need to hear that every once in a while. Not that I'm not teachable, but just because I know a lot already. I'm always one to try and balance the fact that, of course, I don't know it all. I'm still learning. I'm still here growing. But it's a great thing. Take back its step and be like, okay, I thought this was it, but there's more to this table. And not feel like, oh, because somebody else is bringing it, it's not what it is. Because of course you know that we say here all the time, the most important guidance that you have is already within you. You should always check in first and lastly, but it doesn't stop you from checking in between and speaking to the inspirations, emanations like yourself. And overall, the energy for today, 13 of the 5th, 2018, is a 2 vibration. It's all about that coming together, unions, communions, partnerships, that need for balance, that want for balance, that balance that we have now come into, the more balanced state of mind where we are in the right vessel, in the right form, and in the right mental, emotional, spiritual alignment to what we need to move forward. So Archangel Michael's affirmation is, I am strong and protected by Archangel Michael. Any more debris that needs to be cut off and let go, released, this is the Archangel to call on. Archangel Michael will help you release all those non-consciousity, be it thought patterns, people, places, or things. Archangel Michael. Michael means one that is like God. This is the archangel of all archangels. Okay? He reminds me of the Ogun energies, as soft but very hard, soft inside and very hard outside. Very loving, but ready to chop off anything that needs to be chopped off, amputated, however, whenever. Okay? And then we have Archangel Uriel, and the affirmation is, I am one with everyone in peace and serenity, knowing the wisdom of spirituality. Spirituality is everything is energy first. Spirituality is knowing that everything is unseen, everything is untangible before it becomes tangible. Spirituality is knowing that spirit is first and matter is after. Okay, spirituality means knowing the same way you pray to a God that you haven't seen, that you only feel. That is the same way that you can know that things can come into existence just as you think it. Knowing that spirituality is knowing that, yes, you know there is such thing as air, but you don't readily see it, right? When it's a bit cold, it's frosty, and you can probably blow and see the air. When the wind is blowing, you feel it, but you don't always see it firsthand. That is spirituality, the unseen, the energetics, the vibrations, and knowing that we are all connected, because spirituality energy vibration doesn't have any kind of cord. You can sever ties mentally, emotionally, but etherically, it's a no-go. But if you want to move in a certain way in this reality, you have to be more than ready to detach and sever ties. But know that even when you sever them in this reality, you're all interconnected. But we don't always have to be connected. You know, it's the same with being independent and interdependent. We are naturally all connected, we're all one. Okay, we're all dependent on each other. For the soul to grow, you have to be on purpose and I have to be on purpose. Me just one being on purpose isn't growing the soul, you know? But at the same time, the difference is being interdependent, not codependent. You can't rely on me doing my purpose and think everything's going to be fine. No, you have to do your purpose as well. And then we'll be really good. Okay, and we also have opportunities. It says, I'm ready for all opportunities. It's all about, yeah, being open and ready to opportunities, even if it doesn't seem like an alignment of what you expected it to be or what you thought you wanted to see. Nothing's going to be out of what is needed for thee. Take time and you realize, my G. No, but opportunities definitely are all around. Always be ready for them. Be ready for the opportunities that are presented to you. Okay, give thanks. It's not always going to look like how you expect. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be different, and that's what changes is all about. And this month is definitely going to pick you up on that. Going to make you realize that, okay, that is what was. Now this is what is. Changes. Change is the most current and the most, what do I want to say? Change is the most frequent thing that happens in this world. Okay. Now we're now working on being consistently unconditionally loving thyself and others. And then we also have Archangel Jophiel. I connect with my inner wisdom. Just to let you know again that you have divine power, you have divine guidance, you have divine within you. You are connected to the all. We all are. And you have innate intuitive guidance and innate intuitive wisdom that can help in any and every situation. You have to just be ready to unearth it, to move successively in it, with it. Then we have understanding. It says, I seek an understanding of myself and my life. Definitely by doing so, by going within, doing the introspective work, you'll be able to realize the wisdom that you have within. Okay, understanding thyself is so important. And then we have clarity. It says, my mind is quite still and clear. There you go. Clarity is needed as well for you to be able to decipher what's true to you and what's not. What's the truth from the facts. You know, the truth which stands alone, universal truth, or the fact which is commonly believed, normas. Because it's very easy for us to realize something, materialize something, even if it's not true, because we believe it to be true. Same with the Western astrology. We are believing all the things that is being put across with the full moon, new moon, all these things, but it's not exactly true. And when we believe, we put action to it, we put energy behind it, we manifest it. So be sure that we're not just believing, that we're actually knowing. And in this age that we're ushering in, to influence is one of our things to clear up for the people, that we have to be in the know right now, not to believe in the past or wishing for the future. Do the works in the present moment, because in the present moment is a now, is where you can get shit done. Okay, and we also have discipline, self-worth, and aspiration. Yes, definitely aspire higher. People aspire higher. Aspire to your great and glorious, okay? For yourself internally and for what you want to see externally. Self-worth is I am confident and worthwhile. Yes, remember that you are worthy and you are sacred and you are desired and you are wanted, and you are unique, and you are wanted, you are desired, you are sacred because you are unique. You must always remember to move from that source, your uniqueness, not following or assuming others' energy, but working with your own and giving thanks that you have your own. And then we have discipline. It says self-discipline brings me freedom. Definitely. Being diligent helps you understand what's to come. Okay? Forging a plan and not being too far forward with it and too far back with it helps you move forward as well. You know what's to come. For your vortex message, relationship-wise, we have number 3, which is the law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. Remembering that we create all relationships, good, bad, or indifferent. It's up to us to make it work. Make it work. To make it work outside, you have to make it work inside. Is that seeking understanding of thyself, being disciplined, aspiring higher, self-worth, going within so you can get the clarity, knowing that we are all connected, realizing opportunities are in front of you, realize that, you know, we are all one, and being in peace and joy helps you understand and anchor that, and knowing that you are fortified, you are strong, and you're protected. Knowing all these things helps you bring in that same thing. Anything else will help you bring in anything else. Then we have 56, which is the 11. It says, I can praise abundance wherever I see it. I really like this card because it's important to realize that when you want something and you see it outside of yourself, don't shun it. Don't be like, oh, she's lucky or he's lucky. Oh, but I wish I could have. Give thanks. Just give thanks. And realize that just you giving thanks will bring it closer to you than whether then if you to shun it, if you to think or negative about it anyway. And then next to deck we have 34, 7, and it says inspired action is always pleasurable action. Yes, when we're moving from our divine guidance, it's always going to feel good to you. It's always going to feel great rather than just moving, you know? So always look to move from your higher self. And again, as we say here all the time, if you're not sure if you're being guided by your highest self or a benevolent energy that's here for your highest good, helps you to fulfill your purpose, then remember to ground yourself, balance yourself, give thanks for all that you have, and pray that you are guided by divine guidance, your highest heights, aspire higher, and meditate, stay still long enough to receive those clues so you can get the confirmation and ease your mind and your heart. But it's all in the mind or the heart. Okay, and for your tarot message, we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Strength, the 3 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. And we have here a family foundation that's been built upon, that's taken a lot of strength to realize. Okay, and now on the other side is just almost a singledom, a life of like a bachelor's life, free, don't have like many responsibilities, but the strength is being asked is it takes more strength for you to go towards what you really want, which is this here, than to leave this situation here. And you're being asked to pull on your strengths, because once you offer your cup of love to the more foundational structured situation, you have more to be joyful about, more to be firm and strong about. Okay, you have more emotional bliss because you realize the powers within always rested within. just took you having to come out of the status quo situations, okay, and just going with the flow of everybody else and stepping out and figuring out what is true to you, what makes you feel strong, okay, what makes you feel accomplished, what is it that you want to fulfill and bring into play in this reading role, okay. For your romance message, you have children and calling in your soulmate. So there's a soulmate group here where there's previous children outside of the soulmate relationship, and someone's worrying about the children. If you are soulmates, if you are life partners, if you are twin flames, the children are part of the package, okay. They're not gonna derail you or the mission or the relationship, full stop, okay. The children are part of the blessing. You may not realize it straight away, but that's what it is. You've been asked to make the effort and know that this is true love. So free yourself from the social constructs making you feel like, oh, but this one's already got children, I need a single one, because that's not always what's for you. You deserve love, okay, and you'll find that love with the children as well. That's it for today. Good, thanks. Have a bliss-filled one. Much thanks. Yeah, thanks for holding out, hanging out. And yeah, I do take sporadic breaks and stuff, but if I'm not gonna come back, I'll let you know. If you don't hear from a while, then you know that I'll come back soon enough. But yeah, I had to take that week off. It was very it was needed. Okay, definitely I had to regroup. I have a bliss-filled one. I'll catch you soon. Ciao.